and I am a teacher. You might have heard about the ASVAB. The ASVAB is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. How many of you have taken it in your lives? Okay. For me, it was a way to get out of class for a few hours back in '79. They said, hey, come take the test. You get to get out of class. They didn't say we had to, but they made it more than attractive to volunteer to do. Well, the military's entrance exam, the ASVAB, is given to fresh recruits who choose to be in the military. But throughout Texas and other states, the ASVAB is used as a recruiting tool among our juniors and seniors who are unaware they're giving personal information to the Pentagon when they sit down and take the test. The school-based ASVAB Career Exploration Program is one of the military's most effective recruiting tools. The 4-hour test is used by military recruiting services to gain sensitive personal information such as address, email, and so then the branches of the military can contact those students directly. And parents are often never aware that this information has been given out, even if they've marked the opt-out option at the first of the year for their child who's a student in the school. Now, the Pentagon will tell you that it's voluntary, it's a career exploration program, but if you look at the U.S. Army's Recruiting Command's School Recruiting Program Handbook, it says that the primary purpose of the ASVAB is to provide military recruiters a source of leads of high school juniors and seniors. How big is the ASVAB? Well, 12,000 high schools in the United States administer it to 2/3 youth every year. Many students' rights groups, civil rights groups in the country are concerned about the administration of this test. And research has revealed that this test is often given without parents' knowledge or permission. Diane just mentioned that you do have the right to opt out. Trust me, I start school with kids. We have 12 or 14 forms to pass out in homeroom. Kids often miss it. I try to bring it to their attention, take this home, let your parents see it, understand that this will prevent you from being contacted by the military for recruitment. But sometimes those forms don't make it home or make it back to my class. So this opt-out does not apply to the ASVAB. So if you designated that you do not want your child to be contacted by the military, the student is still permitted to be approached by the military to take the ASVAB. This has been a well-kept secret for many years. This administration of the ASVAB is very difficult to track in public schools. Usually if you go to your school administration, the response that it is not listed on the school testing calendar and is not monitored because it's done by the military. For example, my school, seniors didn't have to show up a day for tax tests because it was only administered to the sophomores and the juniors. However, they did have to come to school for attendance. So they were put in the cafeteria and told that they needed to take the test even though it was voluntary. That happened on my watch, but there's hardly anything I could do about it as a teacher. Through the Freedom of Information Act, it was revealed that over 15,000 students at 181 high schools in Texas were required to take the test, even though Defense Department regulations prohibit Defense Department personnel from suggesting to school officials that the test be made mandatory. All of these actions have been identified as illegal by civil rights organizations such as the ACLU and the National Lawyers Guild. Some legislatures are considering making laws to ensure that ASVAB is given only with parental consent. So progress is being made, and Peaceful Vocations is one of the organizations that help reveal this. As awareness grows, parents are beginning to go to their school boards, school administration officials, and school principals to demand that the ASVAB not be given without parental consent. At our literature table, there is written information about this test. You can speak with a Peaceful Vocations member today if you have any further information. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Jay and Diane. Give it up for them, y'all.